How to be a successful real estate agent in 2021. 2020 came out of left field and hit us out of nowhere and really was a rude awakening for a lot of people, and so much has changed. Now, I've been a top producer every year since I got into the business in 2017, but to be completely honest with you, 2017, 2018, and 2019 were kind of very much the same, but 2020 was a massive difference and really threw a wrench in a lot of people's business. So what I want to do today is I want to talk about the 6 things that you need to do in order to make sure that 2021 is one of the best years you've ever had in your business. What's up, guys? It's Mike Sherrard. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm really excited to set you guys up for success going forward this year. I'm going to start with 2 things that are a bit more of a reminder for you that a lot of people tend to forget, but are the foundation of building a successful top producing real estate business. And then what I'm going to do is break down 4 key things that are really important this year, especially after all the changes that 2021 and the pandemic had on the overall real estate business. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So number 1, again, is a bit of a reminder, but set clearly defined goals and map and align it to a well thought out schedule. But you have to be honest with yourself, because a lot of real estate agents come into 2021 these big, hairy, audacious, lofty goals, which is great, but they can't actually commit to a schedule that will allow them to achieve that. It's really important to set your goals out, map them out into bite-sized chunks, and then in turn reverse engineer that into a schedule that will allow you to achieve it and give you success. One of the biggest problems I see is somebody walks in and says, Mike, 2021, I want to do 24 deals. Well, that's great. 2 deals a month, I understand, but they don't have a schedule to execute on that allows them to achieve that. So January rolls around and it's already the end of January and they've done 0 deals. So okay, now you've got to do a couple more in February, but how are you going to make that happen? And then March rolls around and you don't have the foundation in place and you're still spinning on the hamster wheel. It's really important from start to finish in your day to have a schedule that you can commit to, where it allows you to do the action income producing activities that will help you achieve those big goals. Now, number 2 is dialing in your systems and processes. This is the biggest hurdle that I see a lot of agents make. And if you look at the top agents in any market, the one thing that they're going to consistently tell you is that they live by their sphere. Their sphere is everything. They built a business off of referrals. They're now making 7 figures in GCI. But there's a misalignment there because a lot of new agents or agents trying to become a top producer don't have that foundation that will allow them to leverage or build that sphere. So they're working against themselves when they need to take 2 steps back to take 10 steps forward by taking a bit of time to properly dial in your sphere. Systems, processes are the keys to scaling any business, especially in real estate. You need to have properly dialed in systems and processes for absolutely everything, whether it be on the sales side, just listed, just sold, possession gifts, follow-up, nurturing, or for the online lead side, how you nurture those leads, how you convert those leads, how you nurture your past, current, and potential database. You need to have well thought out SOPs or systems and processes for every aspect of your business, but make sure they're trackable and they're measured, because if you can't track or measure something, you can't actually improve on it. This is going to be one of the most important things. If you want to crush in 2021, you need to set up a foundation that will actually allow you to build in order to become a top producer, because if you build a house on a foundation that's cracked, ultimately the house isn't going to stand up. The same thing goes for your real estate business. Now, number 3 is building your personal brand. It's never been more important to have a strong, top of mind personal brand in real estate. To give you a clean cut example, before Ryan Sirhan started Sirhan, if you asked me to answer which brokerage he was from for $1 million, I would never be able to give you that answer. I had no clue, but when I think New York real estate, I think Ryan Sirhan. Same with Josh Altman or any of these big heavy hitters in any industry. The same thing goes for you. You can't keep relying on the brokerage brand. Your personal brand is what's going to separate yourself from others in your industry and what's going to allow you to flourish to the point where people just think of you when they think of your city. So you really need to put that effort into building your personal brand, finding your unique value proposition, and differentiating yourself from the other agents. Now, if you do want to know how to build your personal brand as a real estate agent, click the card above and I've got a video breaking that down for you. Number 4, the obvious. You have to be leveraging social media. If it wasn't obvious enough back in 2019, 2020 hopefully was that rude awakening for you when we're locked up and the only way to be communicating with people is online. It's imperative to have an omnipresent brand on social media as a real estate agent, because now more than ever, with all of the craziness that's been going on, people are looking on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Google My Business. They're looking online to find that perfect real estate agent. And if you're still falling behind the curve in 2021, I can tell you that by the end of this year, you will be left behind. So you need to make sure that you do have a proper presence on all of these platforms, which requires you to have, again, a plan and an executable content calendar that you can commit to consistently in order to make sure that you're taking the right steps to have an active presence on social media. If you want to know more, I've got tons of videos breaking down what you need to do on social media, but this is the year that you need to take action. You need to step up, get outside of your comfort zone, and start taking action on these platforms. Number 5 is gonna be a bit of a different one, which is double down on what works. I see a lot of real estate agents that are struggling to kind of break that 6-figure barrier or multiple 6-figure barrier, and one of the biggest problems is that they're always trying anything and everything all the time. Now, this is going to be a bit ironic when I talk to you about number 6, but hear me out here for a second. If you've done certain things like door knocking, for example, or certain email campaigns or certain client events, and you know they work, double down on it. I continuously see people trying to reinvent the wheel when they've already found things that have worked extraordinarily well for them and their business and their style of client service excellence. So if you've identified and reflected on 2020 what brought you the most amount of business, you have to double down on that stuff because it's proven to work for you. You don't have to follow the same script that everybody else is doing, and you don't have to try and be a different version of a top producer in your market. You have your own unique value to provide, and as soon as you find things that start coming together for you, you've got to double and triple down. Now, number 6, last and certainly not least, is you have to get outside of your comfort zone and try new things. Listen, I know a lot of people are still dragging the ball on video marketing or even getting on Clubhouse, any of these new platforms. You need to get outside of your comfort zone in order to remain relevant. Video marketing is the minimum that you need to be doing in 2021 because it converts the highest. On average, listen to this crazy stat. On average, the average buyer and seller consumes 45 minutes of an agent's content before making the decision to reach out to them. That's an insane stat, and if you're not consistently leveraging video marketing, again, you're going to fall behind the curve. This is your year. It is going to require you to get outside of your comfort zone, even like leveraging apps like Clubhouse, but you need to do it in order to stay one step ahead of your competition. And as you differentiate yourself from your competition, those are going to be the key factors that are going to help you take your business to the next level in 2021. So those are my 6 things. I'd love to know what you think, and I'd love for you to share your feedback as to what your big, hairy, audacious goals are for 2021. So drop a comment, share what you're looking to achieve this year, and I can't wait to see you succeed. So as always, thanks so much for tuning into my video. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time.